Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. This is Kelly.
And I'm Lori.
We are recapping Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 10, The Higher the Hair, The Closer to God. Wendy is
I
not
like
with
that
us
name.
tonight. Yeah, it's a good name. And I mean, we said this in my family growing up, especially because we grew up in the 80s and we had high hair. So
Yeah.
I knew what this meant. Wendy's not with us. She had a work commitment. But before we get into the episode, I do just want to say, I think we all need to say a prayer for Mary's son, Robert Jr., because I did read that he was arrested again.
Yes.
Something to do with the estranged
His
wife.
back.
But either way, whatever it was, let's just pray for him because he's obviously struggling with something. And when someone is struggling the way he's struggling, that affects the entire family, as we know.
Yes.
So let's just say a prayer for him.
Most definitely.
That's all. So we start out with Heather going to Whitney's house, and the first thing she says when she walks in is, "It smells like shit in here."
Broccoli is stanky.
I've actually stopped buying and cooking broccoli for that reason.
Because it stinks.
Yeah, we used to eat broccoli all the time in my house. Honestly, my stomach started getting a little over it too, but
Yeah. It can bother your stomach. It does stink.
yeah,
But
I don't regret my decision for cutting
you go.
broccoli out of my life. Because we eat a lot of greens in this house, so eliminating one from our diet wasn't detrimental.
That bad. Yeah. So they're having a potluck to cheer up Britani.
Yeah.
Whoever thought we'd see that?
Well, I mean, talk about giving Britani a moment.
And she was all over that, like white on rice.
She was all over
It's
it.
all about me.
But I do love, first of all, Angie brought Greek rice. I love Greek rice. I love
Me
Greek
too.
food in
Me too.
general.
Yes.
Greek rice is one of my faves. But I love that she wanted to recreate the high body count hair. So good.
And did you see how Mary was like, not me, you're not touching my hair?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
And I like how they were like, all like, so they have this potluck dinner and they invite Britani over and Whitney's texting her and telling her, oh, just come in because all the girls are hiding behind the island and they were going to surprise her with their high body count hair. And they're telling Mary, get down, she's coming. And Mary's like too busy stuffing her face to even get behind the counter, which I thought was great because that would be me. I'd be like, no, wait, I'm busy. There's
Just
food.
let me finish this bite.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a surprise until Britani got there. So it was cute. I mean, Bronwyn brought a mobile Build-A-Bear. I never saw one of those before.
No, that's cute. That's really cute for a kid's party, though.
For sure.
So cute that you don't have to drag all them kids to the mall and meet there and blah, blah, blah.
One year when Tess was little, Build-A-Bear was a huge thing, right? I couldn't afford to bring 10 kids to Build-A-Bear.
No.
But Costco had a kit where you made your own Build-A-Bear. So I bought like 10 of the kits and invited her friends over and set the table up to do this. So some of the moms stayed and tried to help. It was so time consuming. The girls got bored. And us moms were like sitting there
finishing the stupid stuff down.
This would have been a much better idea. But again, I couldn't afford to bring them to Build-A-Bear, never mind have a mobile Build-A-Bear.
Right.
Yeah. And they all left messages in their stuffed animals except Mary.
Mary, she's so funny. And Angie, she's got to go with the Greek thing, said in Greek, you have beautiful hair.
Yes. Whatever she said sounded beautiful.
Yes. I like how the producers asked Mary if she was finally warming up to Britani, and she's like, no. But she did come to the party, so she can't not like her that much because one thing's for certain. If Mary doesn't want to do something, Mary doesn't do it.
Agreed. And
Same thing with myself.
When she said, I'm being cordial because what Meredith did was not okay, I thought that spoke volumes. I mean, honestly, Mary to me is the most honest amongst, like, when it comes to this group of women. I know there are like major allegations out there about her church. Listen, I'm not even commenting on that because I don't.
Yeah, well, who knows until it's investigated,
Well,
who
that's the
knows?
thing, and people could say that about any church, that it's a cult, like,
Absolutely.
any religion. So, whatever, that is what it is. But when it comes to this group, I feel like Mary will call out bad behavior even if it's somebody she's friends with.
Oh, most
She's not
definitely.
gonna be blindly loyal to anybody.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Bronwyn said that Meredith called her and said, "I have no idea what they are talking about. I and Lisa did nothing to Britani."
Right. That she never spoke directly to Britani.
Would she say she had headphones on? She shouldn't have been eavesdropping?
Yeah, she shouldn't have been eavesdropping on my conversation.
I mean, that's
Okay.
crazy.
So you sit right behind somebody and talk shit about them and then
They're not supposed to react. And quite honestly, it doesn't sound like Britani did react.
right.
It sounds like Meredith got caught saying shit, although it does sound like she was being like a crazy person. It really does sound like she was flying off the handle. So I guess then Heather like kind of recaps her conversation with Lisa
Yeah.
and said that Lisa said she's not going to be responsible for what happened.
Yeah, she said she thought Lisa was out of her mind.
Yeah, and then she says that she thinks Lisa is trying to force her to believe her version of what happened. I mean, I just feel like Heather's giving herself a little more credit right now. Like, I don't think Lisa's trying to force you to do anything. She's going to deny it, and she's
Right,
not going
'cause
to take
that's
any
just how she is.
accountability.
Yep.
I don't think she gives a fuck if you believe her or not, though, Heather.
Right.
Like, I don't think you're important enough in Lisa's life for her to care if you believe her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Whitney says that Bronwyn is not wearing her wedding ring. And then she tells the girls that Todd has moved out for a few days
Yeah.
following the incident on the plane where he got busted looking at pictures. And she says that she told him she wanted some time. I found it odd that she says that the embarrassment, the secrecy, and the humiliation are the biggest problem for her, not the act itself. I was like,
Well,
okay.
I think that, first of all, she said Todd was very defensive when she approached him, when she called him out. So to me, when somebody is that defensive, it screams guilt. But I agree with you. I think that this has gone on before in her marriage and they've dealt with it. But I think she likes the appearance that everything's perfect. That's more important to her than whether or not he was looking at some chick or talking to some chick.
Well, this is the deal, though. Sit in your hotel room. Look at all the porn you want.
Yeah.
Don't do it in a public place when your wife is a public figure. Like, that's the thing. Like, why are you doing it in public where people can see you doing things? Like,
I think when people do this and get away with it for so long, or it's the norm in their life, they forget where they are. They forget if anybody's watching. They just do it because
Right.
they've done it for this
they've
long.
done it for so long. Maybe.
He's not thinking like my wife is a real housewife of Salt Lake City and somebody could be behind me like recording this because they care that much.
Right. I guess not. Because he was doing it.
Yeah, but that was interesting that it's the humiliation that
Yeah,
and
not
the
the act.
embarrassment.
Not the act itself. And I just thought, well, that's a little telling, Bronwyn.
I feel like it's happened before. Maybe that's why.
Maybe.
I mean, he obviously doesn't have good judgment, if he's doing that to her, but he's married to her and he cares about her. So, maybe she looks at it like a slip up. But now she's in the public eye and everybody's going to know about his slip ups. So now she has to have the conversation with him. I'll tell you what, this episode had 2 conversations in it where I was like, I feel like this is real. The Lisa and John conversation and the Bronwyn and Todd. Yeah.
Bronwyn and Todd, yeah.
Which is why people are saying that this is the best show on Bravo right now.
Yeah.
Because
it was like the couples episode because it was Britani and Jared and
God.
John.
There was nothing real about that.
No.
Nothing real about that conversation.
No. And it wasn't even it made no fucking sense is what it made, and we'll get to it, but Bronwyn and Todd's conversation made no fucking sense either. Like, there was
That's what
nothing was resolved. I was like, "Fucking why are you even talking?" Because it's like word salad. Why are you even talking? Because it was nothing. It's nothing.
I totally agree with you. I think that's why I really think that this has happened before and he got caught and
And it's just this round and round circle jerk kind of yeah. So then we see Mary at her church, and it's been in the family for 60 years, and this is her first renovation, and it took 2 years. Now, did you catch how Robert said when he was in Malibu?
yes,
So it made me think of those commercials.
yes, yes. So he must have been at a treatment center.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he already knew who his higher power was while he was there.
Well, that's something at least. That's something at least that
Absolutely.
at least he's got some faith and at least because like he was saying that a lot of people there that he was with were really struggling to find that. So, good for him that at least he had that.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter what or who you believe in as long as you believe in something. It's helpful to believe in something. I
Yes.
always thought. But he's excited for the church to reopen and Mary is inviting inviting the ladies to her church.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So then we see Lisa and John go to the bakery.
So, basically, really quick in getting into the conversation, she tells him he's a douchebag and he annoys her when he gives some kind of parental advice
Well,
or has anything to do with the parental conversation. I was
I
just like,
think she was
"Okay."
trying to give parental advice to Henry and John was like, "Well, maybe if you said it like this." And she did not like that. And she said, "I was telling Henry my thoughts." And John said, "Were you telling him your thoughts or were you telling him how to think?"
How to think, exactly.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I
"Damn."
think this is a deal where I think he has probably put up with her for a long time,
Yeah.
and the boys were small, and the businesses were going and doing and blah, 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 and then, they just had that son leave, and I think once that other son left, and it was just the 3 of them,
Mhm.
and I think maybe John, because you know how sometimes when the kids are smaller, the fathers don't have that much input, that
Right.
maybe as, now they're 1 kid down and maybe John's getting to spend a little more time
Yeah.
with Henry and they probably have more, a better relationship. The other son's got you know what I mean? Like all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I think she's a control freak.
I think she's a control freak. I think you're right. I think she wants to make the rules and just have everybody follow them, and when that doesn't happen, she's not a big fan of.
Yeah, she says she feels invisible. But, maybe John's finally starting to speak up and she doesn't like it,
I think that's what's happening.
you know?
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
or
I understand her saying she felt that John was undermining her, and then the son was like, "Yeah, you shouldn't say it like that," because that happens. That happens when one parent is like, "Well, blah, 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 blah," and the kids are like, "Oh, yeah."
Mhm.
But listen, this is what happens.
But this is the thing, you have to listen to the words that she says. Now, even that word, undermining, there's nobody in charge of the parenting. You're co-parenting.
Right.
So undermining should not even be a word, but you can tell she uses that word because that's the headspace she's coming from. That's what she thinks. She
Right.
thinks, you know
If you don't agree with me.
right. But you know what? She really should have had a girl. Can you imagine her with, like, Electra?
Yeah. Although she would probably be the same too much like Angie is, and the daughter would push her away. Not that Alexa's pushing her away, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, but I'm just saying, can you imagine her with a girl?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she says that she's surrounded by a lot of girls that are committed to not seeing her and not understanding her and not hearing her. What is it exactly that you want them to understand, Lisa? Because that's my question for you. What
Well, the
What
thing
is it?
is like you're never trying to explain anything because you're never admitting you've done anything wrong. You just deny, deny, deny.
Right,
That's all you do.
and like her husband said to her, "You always think that what's in your head is right."
Right.
So I'm sure that's the same MO with everybody.
Yeah. She's not, trying to explain why she did something because she's never admitting that she did something. So what are they listening to? You deny?
Her eye is still looking weird.
I know.
You saw it?
I did see it. I did see it.
What's going on with her
I
eye?
don't know if
There's
it was the
something.
makeup. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Something was off.
I'm not going to say it. I'll say it off camera.
I'm just saying, and I'm only bringing it up because we did see it where her eye makeup was messed up. But then I was looking today and I was like, oh, no, what's up with her eye?
Yeah. So John says he probably doesn't listen to her 90% of the time and then laughs when she says she's a great listener. And then he pretends
That
to
was
be
great when
Lisa and
he
pulls
chuckled.
out a cell phone.
That was great when he chuckled like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was
Yeah, John says, I feel like you want me on your page and that's it. And if we're not on the same page, it's because I'm not on your page. And he says you don't see it. And she doesn't.
Yeah.
She doesn't. And she had absolutely nothing to say when he said that. She just kind of sat there blinking.
Yeah. He said he comes to her with ideas and she shuts him down. And, he's like, I'm only telling you how I feel. And I feel like the only thing we have to talk about is business. And there's really nothing
Ouch.
else to talk about.
That was an ouch. For
That was
me,
an
that would
ouch.
have been like an ouch. So, when you go back to the confessional and the producers ask her, what did you feel like when he said that to you? And she said, it hurts my feelings.
Yeah.
Not like, shit, something's got to change. Like, oh shit, there's something really wrong. Like, it makes me really worried about where my it hurts my feelings. Because it's all about you.
I think that her marriage has been like that for a long time. Like you said, I think John's at the point where he's like, all right, you know what? Enough.
Right.
Like, I'm in this relationship too, and she doesn't like it. Listen, I hope they get through this. I mean, I don't know how they feel about counseling. I don't know if the Mormon church is into that because they are Mormon. But I hope they make it. I don't particularly like Lisa
Well,
this season.
I
But
don't like
I don't
anybody's marriage
ever
to
want to see a
fail.
marriage break up. Exactly.
No. Not when you
But
got
I do
kids.
think that this was a very real conversation. I didn't think there was anything fake or phony about this.
And you know why I think it's real? Because I think if it were something that were produced and if Lisa knew what he was going to say, she would have shut that shit down.
Exactly.
Shut that shit down. And he probably actually gets to say it because he's on camera.
And, think about what these women are saying about her, whether it's true or not, because we don't know. I mean, it could very well be true. But these women are saying that she's using some wealthy man's credit card. Right? There was another season where Whitney and Heather were accusing her of I don't know if they necessarily came out and said she was having an affair, but something about the Utah Jazz tickets or something. Like, these women are insinuating that she's doing something for money with a wealthy man. So this could also be like in the back of his head. Like, even if he never thought she was, he's like,
Well,
all
listen,
right, this is like the third fucking season this is coming up. Like, is this going on?
right. And they were in the middle of those big lawsuits that have to do with
that.
someone else's money that
Exactly.
she's using. Oh.
So he could just be getting worn down. And you know what? The best of marriages could get worn down after so many accusations. But she says that he doesn't even hug her as much. And he says, yeah, you're right. So, hopefully this is, their rock bottom and they can bounce back from here. Let's hope so.
Yeah, certainly.
And then we come to the most performative couple scene of the evening, and that's Britney and the Osmond guy. What's his name? Jared. He hugged her so long, like it was so cringy right out the gate.
He's just an ass.
Yeah.
And what's up with him? He's just one of those guys who just, you can just tell he's like manipulative. He's very manipulative with his words, and I'm just not digging him at all.
No, he's horrible. He's a horrible human being. She says that they're still on a break and it meant a lot to her that he reached out. But we know he just wants to be on camera.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he says that Justin told him that Britney was flirting with all the guys on the ship. What? Where's your bro code, Justin?
Yeah, right? I was thinking the same thing.
Because Whitney
Right.
probably called him and was like, damn, Britney is all over this ship.
Right.
And then Justin runs and tells this guy?
Yeah, that was not cool, Justin. No. You're lucky your wife told you anything about a girl's trip. It's a girl's trip.
Right. I wouldn't tell you anything ever again now, Justin. You lost that privilege. I thought it was funny when she said that they were on a break. I'm like, is this Ross and Rachel?
It's just a conversation. That conversation and the conversation between Todd and Bronwyn. Nobody said anything. It was a waste of my TV time. Like, nobody said shit.
Well, listen, this guy is the ultimate fuckboy at 54 years old. He tells her he's looking for someone stable and she's not. He can't commit. He asks her about the 30 days away from him. And then she goes off on a dramatic exit. And then he calls her back and she comes back. And then she asks him, "Are you my boyfriend?" And he says, "You are so confusing." She just came out and asked you, "Are you my boyfriend?" There's nothing confusing about that.
There's nothing confusing about that.
But to me, it was all a big act. Like they had lines and scenes and take 3.
Like I said, a waste of my TV time.
Yes. These two for sure are.
I got no information from either conversation.
I wonder if he knew someone in production on this show and he got her on the show and that's why. Like
Who
this
knows?
is, I personally don't think that they're dating. I don't think that they have anything to do with each other. I think that she's on the show and he pretends to be her love interest, quite honestly.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be. So Bronwyn and Todd, like I said, have this conversation that amounts to a whole lot of nothing. Bronwyn makes the mistake of telling him that she had a discussion with Whitney. Look, women talk to other women about all kinds of shit. You don't tell your husband. You don't tell your husband. You don't need to know.
And
you don't need to know.
Listen, I don't blame him for him not wanting his sex life or his interest.
Of course not.
Being on TV. If she just told Whitney, it would be one thing. She saw Whitney on TV.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I don't blame the guy for not being happy about that.
No, but I'm just saying, Bronwyn says you don't tell them.
Right. But the thing is like he wasn't happy about it, but he wasn't like so openly overreactive either. I really think this guy's just a cheater, pumpkin eater. And she's put up with it long enough. And this is like what Wendy was saying last week. Like, so when Real Housewives of Beverly Hills started, Camille Grammer, Kelsey Grammer's wife, was on it. And then I think in the first season, we find out that he's, having an affair with somebody in New York. And they're saying that this is like very reminiscent of that. Like he probably just got, wanted her to be busy.
Right. Maybe.
But he does say they've been together for 11 years. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but they've consistently been able to talk through it. This time they didn't. He admits he was wrong. He's very happy in the relationship with her the way it is. So he's not looking to add any spice by adding somebody or,
But he still wants to do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah.
You see, it went nowhere.
It did go nowhere.
It did go nowhere. And now we see Mary at her church. Is that her husband?
No. Her husband has not been on it since season 1. Once it got out that she was married to her grandmother's husband after that first season, that man, I don't think, has ever filmed again. But keep in mind, and I'm not trying to defend anything, but, well, there's nothing to defend because there's nothing wrong with it. Her grandmother was 20 years older than this gentleman.
Right.
He's 20 years older than Mary.
Right.
You know what I mean? We know people who are with people who are 20 years older than them.
Yes.
Is it a little fucked up that he was married to her grandmother? For sure.
Right.
I'm not denying that.
Right.
I'm just saying the age difference isn't major.
And he's not really her grandfather.
He's not her grandfather.
He's not her grandfather.
He's not her grandfather. He was married to her grandmother. And it was her grandmother's wishes that she married him. I guess, the grandmother was too old to have children with him. So it was her grandmother's wish that Mary step into her role as the first lady of the church, and then they had Robert Jr. So, but yeah, how she was locked out. I don't know who Lenny is, but he opened the door and he could not get out of there quick enough. Right? She's like, Lenny. He was like, bing.
Mm-hmm. It's so sad that Mary said that Robert was high and he couldn't come.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard for her,
Yeah.
It's a big day for her, but that's addiction.
Yeah. I pray for him, man, because
me too. It's horrible.
I've been through it a couple of times. It's fucking awful. There's no other words. It's fucking awful. And it's fucking awful for the whole family.
Yes, most definitely.
But of course, mostly the person who is having the issues.
Mm-hmm. So then we see all the girls come to the church, and Meredith and Lisa walk up. Does Meredith own a skirt that's not a mini skirt?
I don't think she does.
I don't think she does.
But she's got that banging body, so
yes, she does. But you're going to church.
You're going to church. Yeah,
come on.
And she's Jewish, so she knows how to dress for temple.
Yeah. And the best was when Mary was doing her whole sermon and told Lisa, God is going to give her a sound mind.
Here's hoping.
No, Mary. It's great.
That was funny. Her church looks very fun.
Pentecostal church, yeah.
Yeah.
I have some info on it for you. Yeah.
I've been.
You've been to a Pentecostal church?
Oh, yeah, with different friends, yes.
Really? I've never been. I've always wanted to go to a Pentecostal church.
Yeah. And I went when I was young. My friend, her family were part of it. And her mom was very much into it.
Really?
Her mom was so into it that they had a bird. And the bird, first thing in the morning, would start, Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. That's how you would wake up. But we would go to her church and we would go to the Sunday school, where the kids go.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would go upstairs and be with the rest of your family. It was like a 3-4 hour morning.
Right.
But it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Then I'd bring her to my church and it was like 45 minutes at St. Dom's, in and out.
Right.
She was like, this is great.
This is great. So what is Lisa talking about? She's in her confessional towards the end of the episode, and she's talking about how, how everybody can get a message from God and blah, blah, blah. And then she says, except for the Church of Satan. God. And then she says, but when the Church of Satan asks for tequila, they give it to them. We don't discriminate. I'm like,
we do not discriminate.
What are you talking about?
You can find, she says, you can find peace in all churches except the Church of Satan, but we still do donate tequila to them if they ask because we don't discriminate.
Churches are asking you for tequila? Like,
Churches
I don't understand.
Of Satan. Yeah.
I don't understand what was going on. I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? I don't know. I was very confused.
I didn't even know there were churches of Satan.
Yes. But
how funny was it when Whitney? What?
Why are the churches getting the tequila? That's what I'm like.
Well, the churches of Satan are asking for donations, and they're giving them to them. I guess it's a write-off.
I don't know.
I know. And Whitney said they were two whores
sweating in church.
But
what was?
And Lisa's like, I was sweating. I was dying.
What was at the end? They're all huddled in a circle. Mary's finishing up her prayer, and then she starts this like caterwauling screaming.
Mary did?
Yes, at the very end.
You watched it on Peacock.
I did.
I probably got cut off there.
It's the very, very end of the episode, and
some of those Pentecostal churches, people start speaking in tongues. Right? Was she speaking in tongues?
I don't know what she was doing. It would sound like she was yelling.
I worked at ETS before I had kids, and there was a woman who worked there that would be on the phone with someone. The things people used to get away with at this place, I swear. I never got away with anything. I got caught doing everything. But anyway, this woman would sit there and talk to her church friends, and she would speak in tongues in her cubicle in the middle of the whole department.
What?
I tried to do my homework one time because I was taking classes at Mercer County College and I
And you
got
got
caught by my
busted.
manager.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it was.
Maybe. I don't know. So I went on Mary's website for her church, and there's a whole About Us section. Um, it's so the church was founded by her grandmother in 1968. Rosemary Mama Cosby. And then it says in 1961, Dr. Rosemary Redmond Cosby, I don't know what kind of doctor, left Indianapolis with her 4 children to go to Salt Lake City because God told her to. She only had bus fare to get to St. Louis, Missouri, but friends drove her to St. Louis, and then she got on a bus to Kansas City with the kids. Then she walked with her kids from Kansas City to Junction City, Kansas. I don't know how far that is, and it was supposedly in January. It was
Wow.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she met up with some woman along the way. She put her and the kids up in a trailer, and then somebody else put them up in a house, and she received all these offerings, and people brought them train tickets to get to Salt Lake. But supposedly she went just like cold turkey, nothing set up. They
Wow.
were really poor when they got there. Yeah, I just thought that was very
That's
wild.
interesting.
Very wild. So, I don't know.
I mean, it's a pretty brave thing to do also with kids and on your own. I'm assuming she
Well,
did not have a
especially
husband with her helping out.
obviously not. In the 60s as a Black woman, sure. That was
Yeah. Yeah.
hugely ballsy, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but I've never been to a Pentecostal service.
It's fun.
Yeah. So I guess their whole thing is, what's down here? Emphasis on the active role of the Holy Spirit in the lives of the believers. And like you said, this experience is often evidenced by spiritual gifts such as speaking in tongues, prophecy, and healing, and is seen as an empowerment for ministry similar to the experience of the apostles on the day of Pentecost. So I guess that's where the name Pentecostal church comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they believe definitely in the Holy Spirit, spiritual gifts, and expressive worship, as we saw.
Yes.
But
Very
it
expressive.
looks like a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, it does. It was when I went too. So
It's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'll see. And the coming attractions for next week. Trying to remember what I saw. Do you even remember?
No. I know they show
No.
them getting ready to go to Greece, right? Don't they go to Greece?
Yeah, but I don't think that's coming up yet.
Yeah,
I forget what it was. Well,
I
it
forget
couldn't
too.
couldn't have been that good at coming attractions if we don't even
Exactly.
remember.
But I mean, listen, Salt Lake City it's winning. It's winning right now.
Definitely.
Potomac was a pretty good episode the other night. You never watched Potomac, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, Mia Thornton. She was an old Real Housewife of Potomac. She was just arrested
I did see
allegedly.
that.
Yeah, she stole furniture from a furnished home. Alleged. Who knows? So
I don't
those
know.
girls in Potomac, between her and the allegations against Wendy.
I don't know. These housewives get in trouble, man.
Yeah, for
Sure
sure.
do. So we'll see what happens next time.
Yep. Well, thank you for listening and watching. Please subscribe, 5-star reviews, follow, tell your friends.
Bye.
Bye.